Yeah, trauma is unique to the individual.
Sure.
For sure.
Always.
You know, and that's something we had Rena on here. She's an emotional eating coach, and you know, she talked about that book, Claim Your Power, and that's basically what that whole book is about. Is like going back through your life and finding your negative behaviors attached to whatever that trauma is, because if you want to get better, it seems like if you want to get better truly, you have to heal. And the only way to heal is by going into the fucking elevator you're afraid of, right? And facing that fear, stepping through it, and coming out the other side of it with a little better understanding of who you are and what you're capable of.
Sure.
Right? And so, like, dealing with trauma, like you're fit. Fuck, you're solid.
Fuck yeah, he is.
But you weren't always.
No. Close to 300 pounds, very out of shape.
And
Didn't run, I think, until 4 years ago. The farthest I ever ran was a mile in gym, and I walked half of it.
you're right.
Me too. I did the same thing.
Yeah, and I hung out with Willie for a long time. I didn't even know you ran, or you didn't even tell me you ran halves and stuff. You never even told me that. And I was like, I think I'm going to run. Willie's like, oh yeah, I ran a half.
Yeah, let's go.
What the fuck? Why didn't I know this about you?
Let's do it.
Right, so that started endurance races and triathlons and marathons and all kinds of stuff.
You're a fucking beast. So how does that contribute to like
Yeah.
trauma doesn't really does it go away? Or
No, I think we just learn different ways to kind of
Like,
cope with it.
look at it from a different angle
Sure.
and as just another part, or
I was gonna say, like, and I've been experiencing this week, is some of the traumatic events just in the last 2 years of my life have been popping up in my head again, and I feel like I'm dealing with them all over again at the same. You know, every time they come up, it's like, oh man, I got to deal with this again. Like, is it always gonna be like that?
Well,
Like,
I mean,
does it?
flashbacks are a big part of
Yeah.
PTSD,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying I'm not going to diagnose you. Or
No,
apologize
yeah,
and
yeah,
say
yeah,
you have
yeah.
PTSD, but
we've already diagnosed
I've already been diagnosed
That's
with it. Yeah.
okay. So, I mean, when you've got that much trauma, yeah, I mean, things do get better, but you kind of have to talk about it to get past that. You have to acknowledge those flashbacks. You have to acknowledge what's happening with you, and it does. That's a tricky thing. Processing through trauma is not an easy thing. It takes time.
It's not.
It takes a long time. You know, so I'd like to say, yeah, they'll just stop. You told me that.
Thank you.
They're all
Thank
gone.
You. All right. Okay.
You
I'm
can
all
do
better.
it. So the other thing that and this was like a conscious realization that I had just like 6 months ago, and I can't believe, I mean, I kind of understood it on the back of my mind, but I actually kind of came to it as like a formal actualization was, you know, I'm an anxious guy. I've always been a super anxious guy. It's one of the reasons I used, because it made me less anxious, at least so I thought. I've always been kind of a wound up. I come across this calm, cool guy. I work really hard to show that, but
yeah, keep the mask on.
right. But I'm a stressed out guy half the time, and it bothered me, and it made me frustrated, and you know, I'd lose sleep. I had years where I couldn't sleep, and different things like that. And I've finally consciously had this moment just a little while ago where it's like, I'm really grateful for my anxiety. Like, why? I was like, well, I wake up anxious every day.
Me too.
Almost like the second I wake up,
Yep.
I have that lump on my chest.
Yep.
And the thing that I've figured out how to get rid of it is discipline. Okay? So my anxiety gives me energy. That is the gift of my anxiety. And I think, so for the longest time, I tried to hide my anxiety or mask it or deal with it or shove it down or stuff it down. And that's kind of like, you know, those blow up beach balls on a pool, right? You grab one of those balls, you try and jump on it, it's just going
Right.
to flip
Yeah.
it around. You can't get those things underwater. It takes a lot of effort to hold that shit down, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like that. Holding my anxiety down took a lot of energy, and it just made everything worse, and it just made me fall apart at the end of the day. But my anxiety, once I can kind of tap into it now and I can focus that energy, fuck, it's awesome. So I ran the full marathon just a couple of weeks ago. The Ogden Marathon got canceled.
Till September. Got
It
postponed.
got postponed. To me, it got canceled because it wasn't on that day.
Yeah.
But fuck that. I was going to run a marathon.
You did too.
And I did.
Yeah.
So I had my wife go drop me off in the middle of nowhere, 26.2 miles away from my car, so I thought. And I woke up
Shit.
that morning really fucking anxious because it's like I had an injury 3 weeks before that. I fucked up my ankle. I hadn't ran a foot. I haven't ran in 3 weeks. My biggest training day was under 19 miles. I am not ready for a marathon. There's no way. I woke up scared to death, and it's like, I'm going to channel this fear. I'm going to channel this anxiety. I don't care if it takes me 20 fucking days to get through this thing. I'm finishing. So she drops me off, and I just start channeling all that anxiety into one foot in front of the other. And within minutes, it's gone. So we can channel a lot of our anxiety, stress, and things like that to do some amazing things, but it takes a lot to kind of get to the point where you can do that.
Yeah.
For me, it anyway did.
And if I remember, like you did a screenshot, and it was probably your best. Like you killed it on that.
I was slow. I'm not fast. I ran, and I did anything. I'm running marathons a song at a time. So I run a full song. I walk until I take 30 full breaths to drop my heart rate back down. And then I run for a full song, which is great when you got like a Misfits song come on that's 1 minute and 22 seconds. And then you get a Tool song that's 14 minutes long and you want to cry. So, but it was doable, and it was just one foot in front of the other. But the only thing that really got me through that was, I just read David Goggins.
Yeah,
There you
great
go.
book.
Yeah, good book.
You can't hurt me.
Can't hurt me. Which that guy's fucking crazy. Like
Wow.
literally, I was just spending the whole time
Heavy
pathologizing
trauma.
the shit out of that guy. Lots of trauma.
Yeah.
But look at what he's doing with it.
Right.
Now, the other thing that I couldn't help but think of when I was reading that guy's book is how much other shit is this guy fucked up with? Like, what are his relationships like with? And I'm not trying to judge David Goggins. The guy is a badass. That is
Right.
not in dispute. But it's like I want to strive to be that extreme, that hard of an individual. But then again, at what cost? What other parts of that guy's life are out of balance because of the time, because of the effort, because of the drive that he has to do those other things? And that's great. I'm not going to judge him. I'm not saying he's doing it wrong. But for me, I want balance.
Right.
Right.
I don't want to
That's
be the hardest
great.
man on the planet.
Right.
That's a cool thing. Good for him. He is. I just want to be balanced in my work, in my physical life, in my spiritual life, in my social life, in all these different areas, and that's a tough thing to do for us. 'cause
Sure.
I'm
Right.
a black and white thinking kind of guy by nature, right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's all or nothing.
I sort of feel like having that balance is harder than running a marathon for me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like to have all those things distributed equally and to put equal effort into each one of those things, to me, is harder than running a marathon.
It really is.
Because I'm either too lopsided in one or the other, or not feeling good about this or not feeling good about that, feeling guilty over this or that, and like something's always sort of dragging me down. So like, man, if that is the ultimate goal, I'm with you, man.